shout out to Pound for Pound DVD, the best boxing DVD around. Ha!
What attracted you to the sport of boxing?
What attracted the brutality, the one-on-one, man-to-mano in the ring. That's what attracts me to boxing. Plus my pops used to watch that when I was a kid, so I used to watch it with him. It's a little time to spend quality time with your father, you know what I'm saying? I like boxers, I like dudes with slip games like Sweet Pea, Pernell Whitaker, and you know what I mean, and Meldrick Taylor. I like dudes like that with finesse, not just brute power sometimes.
What do you think could be done to bring the sport of boxing back to where it used to be?
Man, they gotta stop them fucking pay-per-views, man. Them shit just killing everybody, man. Everybody trying to make it free again. That's what everybody was watching it. What's the biggest upset, man? Gotta be that Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas, man. You know what I mean? Nobody expected that, man. They said, I can remember I was in jail. The man said, yo, the biggest upset in boxing history. I said, no, he didn't. No, Mike didn't. You know what I mean? And I think AG said it best, man. Get upset like Buster did to Tyson, man. You know what I mean? That was definitely because, you know, Tyson was just like an animal. He was just like, yo, he's the baddest man on the planet. And I believe that shit. I think everybody believed that shit. He said he's the baddest man on the planet. Up until that point, so homeboy demolished him, and then that just let everybody know he could be beat.
You watch UFC?
No, I don't watch that.
Why did you want to write these novels of yours?
You know, basically, you know, I was locked up on the 4th year of 5, and I met this kid up in jail, and he had written like 3 novels. So I said, if yo, he can do it, I can do it. You know, I didn't hate on him. I just said if he could do it, I could do it. And I just applied, you know what I mean, just figuring out what he knew. And that's what I did, you know what I mean? And he let me absorb some of his knowledge. And, you know, I started in prison, man, in my cell, man. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to change my life, man, just with desire, man. You know, with a pencil and a paper, man. And it's a story, man.
All right, your first novel, Be More Careful, was written in jail. How were you able to make that happen? How were you able to like promote it on the outside?
See, my first novel was written in jail, but it didn't get released till I came out of jail. So, you know, I was seeing this girl in this magazine, you know, Terry Woods, and I just started thinking, you know what I mean? She had a little book, and I just reached out to her, man, you know, and she wrote back to me, said, you know, send me a novel with a self-addressed envelope. I was like, man, once you get this, I don't need no self-addressed envelope. Because once you get this, it's only going one way, me and you. And that's how it happened.
How many copies of Be More Careful have you sold to date, estimated?
Close to like 400,000, man. Close to it.
What makes a book writer like platinum? You know, these artists got to sell 1 million records and then they consider go platinum, but then you got all these people taking money out their pockets. What makes a book writer platinum?
See, if a book writer does 1 million, he's gonna have more than 1 million because you get 15% and the artist is only gonna get your points, pennies on the dollar. We get 15%, man. So 15% of $15 is $1.50. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if we hit 1 million, we gonna go over 1 million. But that's really rare, man. You know, that's really rare. But books don't sell like in one time. They sell over a course of time, over lifetimes, man. So whereas a record fizzles out within the first couple months or the first couple weeks, books, they gain momentum. Will go to mouth, so they live on from generation to generation. They just slap a new cover on and market it to the next generation. My first check was like for $5,000. My book came out in January. I got a check for it in February, and I quit my job. I was working at Strauss on Connor Street. I never worked another job again.
The second book was Bad Girls. It sold 50,000 copies the first week. Were you expecting to get that kind of buzz out there? Were you expecting to sell that many the first week?
Yeah, coming on the ride on the hills of Be More Careful, you know, it was like great expectation to follow that up, man. But, you know, my man told me in jest, though, he said, yo, man, Shannon, you know, the pressure's on you. But he wasn't lying. You know what I mean? The pressure's on you for your second book because they want if you official. If this just, you know what I mean, one hit wonder. You know, a lot of dudes come and go. I seen dudes thought they was hot, they had a hot book. The next book they went, they out the game. You know what I mean? So for me, you know what I mean, I'm trying to submit my legacy with each book. I'm trying to get better and better and better. I'm not writing books, man, I'm writing history, man.
What other authors inspired you to write, and what authors' books do you read now?
I don't really read like nobody's books right now. Not to say I'm on some, you know what I mean, I toot my own horn, but I don't really read nobody's book because I don't want to steal nobody's ideas subconsciously, man. You know what I'm saying? I wanted, like when the kid I met in prison, I wanted to be the first me, not the second him. So I never read his books, you know what I'm saying? But I read, of course, I read some books along the way to help me. You know what I mean? Like the Donald Goines and and the Sidney Sheltons, and you know what I'm saying, the Sister Soldiers. I read those books to help me on my way, but lately, I don't read for that. You know what I mean? I'd rather read like biography than I read somebody else's book to inspire me, like Russell, man, or you know, Boo Cats. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see where they at, so I can get where they at.
What puts you ahead of the rest of the urban literature authors, and what makes you basically pound for pound king of literature and at what you do?
I mean, like, I think I actually live this stuff, man. You know, a lot of these dudes be faking the funk. You know what I mean? They ain't see no parts of the street except for when they pass by, man. You know, I've been to prison. You know what I mean? I've been everything but shot and killed. You know what I'm saying? But you know, and that's what makes me different from them, man. You know, I only can talk the talk. I can walk the walk, and you know, I walk the walk, man. You know, and that's where I have my fingers on the pulse of the street, and people feel that through my writing, man. They know who faking and who not. They can tell who that.
What advice would you give to any authors coming up, just getting into the game? What would you tell them as advice so they can keep their head and be successful in this novel game?
I mean, you can't, you gotta take constructive criticism, man. To ever be anything, man. You can't just say, you know what I mean. You can't just think you're the hottest thing on this earth. There's always room for improvement, man. You know what I mean. You gotta find your angle, find your niche, and say what makes me different from the rest of these dudes, man. You can't stop trying to be like such and such, or be like this and that, and only be the first you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I would say, man, you know what I mean? And if you love it, man, if you really love it, you know, it's gonna take you around the world. It took me around the world, it took me out the hood, man, take me, you know what I mean, places I never even thought I would be, man, you know what I mean? Cause I love it. I never did it for money. Don't let money motivate you. The money will come. I didn't come in the game, you know what I mean, looking for money or a friend, man, or enemy. And I found all three. So the money gonna come, man, you know what I mean? Just gotta be patient, man, you know what I mean? Don't let money make you make money, man.